August 3rd, got a really nice morning here on the shooting range. Absolutely, well, almost no wind at all. Temperatures are going to be a little warm today. And today I think we're going to knock the cobwebs here off our Browning. This is a Jonathan Browning mountain rifle, 54 caliber. Really a well-built gun. Quality all the way on this piece. It's original condition with the exception of the ramrod here. Embarrassing, but I shot my ramrod downrange one time in a muzzleloading shoot and never did find it. So I had to build another one, and that's the only thing that I'm aware of in this gun that is not in original condition. So the information that I found on the Brownings here is they were made between 77 and 81, and the company that made them actually contracted for Browning, according to the information that I'm looking at here. And these were made with a Green River barrel, and Green River was known, or still is known, as having made some very fine barrels. Quality of the components here are just excellent, as I said before, and the Green River barrel, I guess, is is an excellent barrel. So anyway, that's the basic information that I came across here, and this trigger is a single set trigger. As shoving it forward will engage it into the set position, and it doesn't take a lot of force then to set the gun off on the trigger pull. So that helps for accuracy. Very nice work. Inletting in the wood, all the parts, components here and stuff, done very much like the original Hawkens were. I think this gun was expensive to produce. Well, I know it was, but I think it's probably sold for twice the price of the Thompson Centers, and that's maybe why the went out of production back in '81. Only made for, well, I guess 4 years by that company. So this 54 caliber that I have has brass mountings on it, brass hardware. We've got the brass butt plate and toe plate here, along the trigger guard, and then where the barrel pins set in, those are also brass, nicely inlaid into the wood. And nose cap here, of course, brass. Entry thimble, again brass, along with the thimbles up here for the ramrod. Those are brass. Has a height adjustable rear sight on it. That screw there will allow that sight to move up or down, and you can drive it left or right with the dovetail here to get windage. And the same for the front sight. Very nice sight picture with these guns. They got like a buckhorn here on the rear sight, along with a nice notch in it. These are available in, like I say, the brass, and also you could get those in iron mountings, and in a 45, 50, or 54 caliber. Very nice looking guns. Very well made. So let's see if this one here gun will shoot as good as it looks. Alright, looking at our targets here. 3 patches that we recovered, looking pretty decent shape. Sometimes they just be all fragmented and blow to heck, but these held pretty well for a thin patch. I think these are a 10,000ths patch. And we've got 3 shots up in here, all touching each other, and another one over here, and I know exactly what that one is doing in that spot, because I'm used to set triggers, 2 of them, and what you do on those is you pull the back one first. There'll be another trigger up here. You pull that back one first, and that sets the front one to like a hair trigger. Well, on this gun, the way this works, this double set trigger, you push that trigger ahead like this, and then it's a hair trigger, pulls back. So what I did is I came up to the thing, and out of habit, you know, if you got more than one gun, you tend to have this problem sometimes. I came back and set my back trigger. I pulled this, and of course the gun went off. So fortunately I was somewhere near the target at least, so that it ended up over here. But I think if I'd shot that one the way I should, I wouldn't doubt that I had a 4th one in here. So okay, with that, we think it's time to move out to 50 yards. We'll be shooting a little bit to the right according to this target, but the lighting out here at 50 yards could be a little different, and you know, we might not be shooting to the right at all. So shooting a little bit high here, my point of aim is down here, and that'll be good for 50 yards. If that ball is still going up, I'll probably be in the black somewhere, or hopefully. We'll see. A close look at our guard and the trigger that it's mounted to. On the back of it, we've got a screw that comes up through into the guard itself. Front of this guard has a post on it, and there's a small pin here that's pinned through the side of the trigger, and that's holding that in place. We've got our adjustment screw here down here for a higher or lower tension on the set trigger once it's set. I think very nice work on making this trigger. No wonder these guns were higher priced. Our lock over here also is very high quality, I think. I'm not sure who made this, or if they were doing those themselves or farmed these out, but again, that's a nice lock. So very good equipment inside the gun. The way it's inlet into the walnut stock here is also excellent job on that. And we've got our patented breech at an angle, the way a lot of the Hawkens were. That's a lot tougher to inlet too for those that are building the gun. So very good workmanship. We definitely knocked the dust off that 54 caliber Jonathan Browning rifle, and 4 shots here at 50 yards. First 2 were here, you know, and of course, you know, thought about quitting there, but we don't, you know, not doing it that way. So 2 more shots. I think this was our 3rd shot here. Another 10 here. So, you know, 3 10s to the next out of 4 shots and a 9. 50 yards. I think that rifle's doing really well, doing better than I can do with my eyesight, I think. 54 caliber, of course, 5.30 cast round ball, 50 grains of 2F GoX, and a 10,000th lube patch. So yeah, like we say, we had a good time shooting that gun, and showed that it can do its thing with that Green River barrel. And probably put her back up on a shelf. It'll probably collect a little more dust, and may be there for some other shooter someday.